Welcome to part 3 of the Emperor's Mausoleum tutorial. Let's pick up right where we left off. Alright, so last time we had just finished this phase, and I took a look at this phase and decided that that'd be a good place to stop for that day, but we have to continue on with it today. I think the first thing we want to take a look at here is a simple detailing for the Acroterion here at the front. Of course, this thing has its own little tutorial, but we'll just take a look at it anyway. And then I think... well, let's start here at the left corner, and then we'll go around the building. So we have a number of cobblestone slabs and copper blocks and diorite and tuff and everything. We're going to take a look at what's on the exterior perimeter first, and then we'll take a look at all that mess inside. All right, so actually I think this would be better if I get some altitude, and we look at it more from top down, I think. Alright, so we're going to look at the exterior parts first, like I said. And I think all this should be clear enough without having to count every last block. Here's one of our center lines. Right here, of course. You can see behind this, with the tuff, we're going to have some more column bases. Like so. And if I get some more altitude, let's take a look at that entire thing in profile. I believe that that is going to be symmetrical, actually. So if we look at the entire thing, basically what we built right there in that first little section, we're going to be continuing again, but mirroring it along this way. And then all the other faces are going to be the same, except for just a little bit of copper down there. So let's zoom back in a little bit. And now let's take a look at this from the other direction here. This is another foundational phase, kind of. So we want to make sure we get it right. Of course, the intercolumnation distance is 3 blocks for these column bases. Otherwise, they're the 4x4 blocks of tuff with the corners removed. You can use that as a basic guide to help you get everything else right. They're only going to fit one way. Right there. And then, of course, there's going to be 6 of those across the front. And then 4 in the middle here and another 6 across the back. And we'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's now take a look at... so the distance from here is going to be 3 blocks there. And then you want to lay down another 4 tuff column bases, but this time they're actually going to be plasters. Again. So you can, if we turn around, you can see here we've got 1 on the corner, 2 in the middle, and 1 on the corner, and they're just all connected down at the bottom here with straight runs of tuff. All right, so that's going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21 blocks, and then turn the corner and go off down that way and just make a big square of tuff. And then behind that, you can put a little cobblestone backing on that if you want to. And here we see a very familiar square of iron, because this is going to be the lowest most portion of the integrated beacon of the structure. If you remember, we do have a beacon inside. And this is where I chose to put it. I think it might... I don't know if it is low enough. It might be low enough for you to get some effects down there at the bottom. Well, you know, Minecraft mechanics, not my strong suit. But anyway, there's going to be a beacon here. But, like, if you only care about just having the beacon effect and, you know, for, like, the beam, and you don't want the rest of it, of course, down here, instead of building all this, you can just find the middle point here and just place down 3 blocks of iron here and forget the rest of the pyramid. And that'll be good enough. All right, so let's take a look at the side now. So you can see the side details for the inner core here are the same on all 4 sides. The column bases are, of course, the same, just making a big square all the way around the building like so. And, of course, the detailing for the bases of the diorite statues and everything are put in here. And they are, I think they're mostly the same. They might be exactly the same. as the ones we put down. And here we have some of the last little bits of the a decorative finial here at the top made out of the cut copper that is just clipping into this. So we want to have the copper overwrite the rest of the structure. Although I suppose down there should probably, well, I don't know. Yeah, we'll just have the copper overwrite the structure and clip off that little bit of cornice. So here we've got just the same detailing along the sides. Basically, this half of the detailing you're going to be flipping around and doing like, total of 8 times, I should imagine. And then we've got the decorative finials on the side. They're all the same. They're all the same cut copper design, just like that there. And that's all built on top of this flat platform here. And you can go ahead and go around and put down the cobblestone slabs around the exterior of that, just to make the cornice at the top look a little bit thicker. But otherwise, we don't have anything more putting on it. And then I think that's good enough for us to move on to the next phase. Now let's take a look at the next detailing for the copper acroterion here. Just simple whole block statues. All the statues in here, except for when we get to the flying Imperial Pegasus horse thing at the top. That's going to have some half slabs and stairs and whatnot. Let's start back here at the left corner and take a look at that first. So the copper is being extended straight up, and the diorite is being inserted in this pattern here. And just trying to take a good look at that from all the angles here. Before you put in that, if you want to, what you can do for all these column bases that you've already laid down with the tuff, you can lay down 4 blocks of just any material, really. It doesn't have to be the polished andesite. It can be whatever. But on all the 4 faces down here, just like we did for those down there at the bottom, I believe, we're building, more column bases. Same design, just higher up. For all these column bases, just like that, add the stairs on all 4 sides. Do that for all the column bases all around the square. And if you want to, you can go ahead and do that the same for the pilasters. Except here, you can see on top of the tuff, we're bending the polished andesite stairs in, just like so. And then behind that, I think there's some more polished andesite, but you can probably just leave that cobble and have cobblestone walls here. And I think you know how beacon pyramids work, so I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But let's go back here and take a look now at the next section. Now, what most of these statues are, these are actually just the same acroterion statue. I've just clipped off the wings. And this one is one that's facing out this way, and this one is one that's facing out that way. And then just extend the dial right up here. And then you're basically doing the same thing. You're just turning it 90 degrees this way here. Trying to float all over it so you can see how the blocks are placed within each other. And there's the copper on the side here. And then here you're just turning directions again. And then they're going off in this direction. Central section here with the decorative finial just sort of clipped into it there. Build the copper like that. And you can see here, just turn the corner. We're just going to take a quick scan across the back. I kind of want to show the entire perimeter at this level. And this other side here, it's right across from the other decorative finial. We have, of course, 3 of those at the back. We're almost done with that, though. Maybe another phase or 2. And here's the corner we started at. All right, so let me get a little bit of altitude, and let's take stock of all the insanity we're doing here. I know it's quite a lot of what could appear to be random assemblages of diorite here and there. But if we continue for a couple of phases and look at it from a distance with, sort of with perhaps one eye crossed, then we can be able to see the statuary. Minecraft statues very, very blocky, so. Next phase, I think. Let's start back over here at the corner. And we just 4 blocks of cut copper like so. And then let's start taking a look at the diorite. And you can see also let's put a bookmark there. You can, if you want to, for the columns right here, you can start putting down the diorite column shafts, just like so, on top of all the column bases. And then for all the pilasters, we can see here we've got all the column bases right there. I'm trying to make the cursor follow the columns as they go. They're diorite, so they kind of can clip into the other statues, but you can see it clearly here in the middle, where we have the 12 pilasters against the central core and the next part of the beacon pyramid. And I'm pretty sure I just copied and pasted those columns. But as we go, just start building the columns up, and when we get to the end, I'll do a final numbering of those. Well, I suppose I can do a numbering of these down here for the column shafts, and then we'll make sure if we got it right or not. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks. Just like so of diorite. So if you want to do 2 by 2 by 15, for all the columns and all the pilasters, and you just want to go ahead and build that, you can do that at this phase here. Oh, I should also mention we've got the alternating tuff and the cobble is back, by the way. Our old friend. It didn't get done here in the middle, but if you want to, you can just put an extra block either off to the right or to the left of that, and it'll be just fine. And I guess we have extra tuff here, so maybe put a block of cobble there instead, where the red is. And the backing behind this can just be straight cobblestone, or you could skip this altogether. I mean, it's extra. If you want to save yourself some cobblestone. I mean, it's like the most abundant material in Minecraft, though, really. In your chest, probably. But anyway, let's get back to the statuary again. Well, we can see here, I think I'm just going to place down some red carpet on top of the blocks we're going to be placing, because it's kind of starting to, we got a lot of diorite around here, so I want it to be a little more clear. Right there. And then here we just got these little decorative finials here at the top. There wasn't enough room for another statue. I mean, it's right behind the big cut copper acroterion statue here. So you weren't going to see it anyway, so I just did some simple detailing for that. Right there, and then of course we are just essentially reversing the positions of those, just mirroring that. If I get a little altitude, you can kind of see here how you're just mirroring that again over here. And that one down there, you're mirroring again back down here. Oh. Loading carpet. Loading carpet. Oh, that's interesting. Carpet mechanics. Oh. And then the corners here, all 4 of those corners are the same. And you know the drill by now with what we just did there. You just replicate that all the way along this side back down here, and then along the back and along the far side over there. All right, let's go on to the next. Is that the next phase? Okay, it looks to be sliced correctly. I guess it's just these, I thought these corners came up into a more, one of those things, but on the corners, but I guess not. That's fine. Okay, so we finished with those corners over there. So if you want to go ahead, like I said, and extend up all the column shafts, I'm not going to remark on those. We're just going to take a look at the next sections for the statuary. Just a couple of simple diorite blocks right there on top of that. And then again, back here for this section. And then just reverse the position of that. Mirror it over the center line. And the same for this one back down here. And then just rotate it and build all that again back there. A third time back there and a fourth time along there. And that's all there is to it. Now back here along the wall, we are going back to the, you know, we're doing the alternating positions of the tuff and the cobble, the tuff and the cobble, and then we're doing a layer of andesite, polished andesite and or stone bricks, whichever one you want. And then we're going to be reversing the positions of the cobble and the andesite on top of that, just like we did, back up, just like we did way back down here, just like we did all back down there. We're going to be doing that, of course, again for this interior wall here. And then back down there, you've got your last little bit of your beacon pyramid. And if you want to go ahead, you can light your beacon like so. And set it with whatever you want to. I think that's all there is to talk about on that face. Let's go to the next one. And we just got a couple of blocks here for a head. And then here we have the full winged Acroterion, just like so. It's exactly what we built down there. We're just building out of diorite over here instead of copper, really. But the ones on the corners here it's actually the same design as that and that. We just clipped off the wings. You can see they still got the curly tail at the back and everything, so. And then, of course, just, you know, mirror that again here for that, for the entire sequence. Just a couple of blocks of diorite, really, on top of what you've already built. And then, of course, do that along that side, this side, and that side. All right, and like I said, whatever positions you put in your cobblestone and your tuff, just, you know, reverse that position for the same detailing that we've been doing. I've talked about that enough, so I'm not going to harp on it. And of course, like I said, you can go ahead and put in your beacon here at this level. All right, that's really all there's to talk about on that one. So let's move on to the next phase. This is going to pick up in speed once we get above the levels of these statues here, which we're almost at. All right, so a couple more blocks there. And then a couple more here. And then right there. And that's what, 8 blocks of diorite, so that's all there is to that. And then just mirror those positions again over here. And you know the drill. Do there, there, and there. And then extend up the wall. You want to do the polished andesite again there, alternating. You know, you know that pattern. And extend up your columns also and the pilasters. But I've assumed you've already done that, so. And, oh, wait. I think we forgot. Was it at this level, or did I? Whoops. I think I forgot to directly remark that we just put these little blocks there to finish off the full copper Acroterion there. Got sealed right over that in the previous phase. Let's see what's left. So this here is finished. We've just got the same deal. Actually, what I just talked about back there. 2 blocks of diorite there. The head is also finished for these. And then, you know, another 2 blocks there. So that's 4 blocks. Then what? This is just 12 blocks of diorite to finish all the sequence statues all the way around the perimeter of this level. And then behind that, you know the drill, alternate the cobble and the tuff. And we will move on to the next phase. Actually, for these next several phases, I think we might can indulge in a bit of a time skip on this. Actually, I mean, I'm still going to show it to you, but we're just going to go From this point here, this level here, we should be able to go straight up with the column shafts, which I've assumed you've already done. So all you really have to do is keep building this pattern here, just on up this way. And build that to, we're going to fly all the way over to wherever the top of the diorite column shafts are, to maybe save a bit of time. Actually, I think we might be able to finish the series today. I thought it might take 4 videos, but I think we can cram it into 3. I'll go a little long. So let's pretend that I explained all this thoroughly. And we're just going to fly all the way down because we're just, into the repeating patterns. You may have already done this even before I suggested it, so we're just going to kind of, it's one of these spaces where we can really save some time. All right, this is where we need to stop, though. All right, so all the column shafts, if I got it right, they should have been, that was 15 blocks, right? Let's take a look down here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 15 blocks. All right, we got it right. Copy and paste modularity has saved the day yet again. So what we want to do is, you can see here, I explained all of that. You know by now exactly how to do that pattern behind the wall and everything. So I'm going to assume that you've done that. You can back the entire thing with cobble if you want to, or skip that. All this in here is, just empty. But if you want to, you can fill it solid if you want to, but there's no real need. If you don't want the beacon down here, you can potentially put something down in there. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps some sort of farm actually might be able to slot into this space. It's a decent amount of space. I don't know if it's big enough for like a full mob farm or something. But I will let you figure out what you want to do with that. It's just kind of leftover space, really. So, next part, we're putting on the capitals of all of our columns. It's going to be, lose some altitude. It's going to be just like we did down here with these Corinthian capitals. They're the more simple Corinthian capitals. It's not the compound order. It's just, standard Corinthian. Just like so, with all of the cobblestone stairs, you know how to do those. Do the same for the pilasters back here, except, you want to let the wall overwrite back here, and just have that be straight cobble, and then polished andesite behind that. Next phase after that, repeat everything, but with the polished andesite. Upside down stairs instead of the cobble, and, the same pattern for the walls back here, cobble and tough. Next phase after that, we're of course building the rest of the capital with our acanthus leaves. Well, Minecraft. This is as good of an acanthus leaf as we're gonna get. Upside down stairs. So you just stand really far away from it and kind of look at it sideways, and you can see acanthus leaves. All right, so do this for all the capitals and all the pilasters, just like so. Extend up the wall behind here. Where it's not visible, you can see we're just left that straight cobblestone. There's no real need to waste materials on that. Top-down view there. And we will move on to the next phase. This is going to be one of the easiest phases we've done thus far. Because what we're building now is, you know what comes after columns, right? Right? That's right, the entablature. All right, so what we're doing after that, we're putting down, we're connecting all of our columns with beams and lintels and everything out of diorite, just straight diorite to the core of the building. So here we've got our core of cobble that we built. I'll just get some altitude. And on top of that, you want to put this repeating square pattern here for all the coffers, just like so. Just like we did let me back up a bit. Way back down here when we were doing all of this underneath here. See, all that? We're going to be doing it again, but we're doing it all the way up here, and a lot more of them. Not just 3 coffers. We're doing, what is that, 12, 13, 18 coffers? Never try to do math while recording, but I'm assuming that it's 18 coffers. 6, 12, 13, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No. I'm just going to count it. That's going to be 3, 6, 9, 12, 12, 13, 14. Okay. See, what did I say about doing math on camera? It's 16 coffers, not 18. Good for goodness sake. Anyway, let's move on to the next phase after that, where you can extend the diorite up if you want to. And here we've got the upside down polished andesite stairs. You just want to do a big square of that all along the side, turn the corner all along the side there, and the back and the side over there. And in the middle here, extend up all the diorite on the interior, just like so. And the cobblestone along the back if you want to as well. And we'll move on to the next phase. Where, of course, you can see the next phase is right behind the upside down stairs. Let me just get some altitude. You want to put a big square of diorite and then a big square of cobble. And to start capping off, let me lose some altitude. You want to put in these inset squares here for the coffers. For every, for all 16 coffers, just like so. Definitely 16 coffers. And fill in the rest of that space with just straight cobble if you want to. Next phase after that, you know what comes next. That's right. Everyone's favorite, the Corinthian entablature design here with all the half slabs and things to represent the dentils and all that. And all the various detailing. Just be glad we didn't do this in the Doric order, otherwise we would be up to our chest in triglyphs and metopes. See, just every other block, just like so. And a big tooth pattern all the way around the perimeter. Behind that, of course, you just want a big square of diorite, just like so. Lose some altitude. And back down here, cap everything off with diorite. Just like so. For all 16 coffers. All right, behind that, just throw down a big slab of cobble. And then in front of that, we want to put, of course, the next detailing. You already know this pattern here. You know, here's the floating wall in the corners. And then you've just got repeating pattern all the way to the other corner here. And then turn the corner and, you know, continue the pattern on for this side, the back, and the other side there. Just make a big square all the way around the building. Next phase, you can throw down a bunch more cobble if you want to, or you can start leaving it hollow, really. And then, back here, of course, the same detailing we did. Back off a bit. Same detailing we did all the way back down there, and then back down here again. We are doing it, of course, for a third time and final time up here at the top for the cornice of the building. So just polish andesite and polish andesite stairs, big square, all the way around the building. All right, next phase here, we've got most of this is decorative finials, but we are going to have some statuary too, I think. Just some small stuff. So just some last finishing decorations. So let's take a look at that from, I think, the top down. Do note here, just like we did all the way back down here with the half slab on top of the cornice, we're doing that again with the cobblestone right here. Just make it a little bit thicker. Just like that there. And then I think probably from the top down is the best way to show you this. And then behind that, you can see we're just laying down a big square of diorite, except here at the corners, we're going to have these little L sections of tuff. All right, then I think you can see here, this is another repeating thing. Once you do one section of this, the other 7 sections there are just the same. Let me get some altitude on that so you can see it. Well, the beacon's kind of getting in the way. Oh goodness. Well, anyway. All right, and behind that you can either fill that with cobble or leave it empty. You know, but if you do leave it empty, you light it up with something. All right, so next phase, back down here, a bit of detailing here at the corners. I think It's been a while since I looked at this building. Those might be the diagonal acroterions. I don't remember. Well, I'll just show you that from the top down. Right there. I'll stop at the center here and then go back along this way. We just got some very simple detailing for decorative finials right here. And like I said, once you do one of those, you are doing all of the others the same. And back down here for the diorite and the tuff, just extend that up the whole box for 2 blocks. All right, and back here for the box, so you just want to put a big double thick square of tuff right on top of that. You can see here, right along there. You want to put a big square of tuff, but you do want to have it be 2 blocks wide all the way around. Let's take a look here at the side detailing. Finishing off these little diorite decorative finials right here. Like so. And here we have, I think we have another partial acroterion here at the top. But with some diorite and copper detailing. It's no longer either just copper or just diorite. Now we're getting fancy. We're doing both. And then same detailing along the sides there. All right, next phase, same detailing on the corner here. Just some simple stuff. And then back along here, like I said, we have this 2 block setback on either side. So use that as a guide and do your little L brackets of tuff. And then just do straight runs of diorite until you get all the way here. Do your little L bracket, turn the corner, and make a big square. And on this, we don't have, unlike the pediments we did down there at the bottom, this one does not have a tile roof. It's got kind of a stepped pyramidal roof, actually. There's a lot of the renders and ideas about what the mausoleum looked like. They've all kind of got that type of roof too. So that's why we have it on this one. All right, bit of dye right there to cap those off. And some detailing here for this thing. All right, next phase. Let's look at the next set of detailing just immediately, right there. And all this down here is finished. These little 2 little decorative finials and this little diorite ring. Well, you know, Minecraft. It's just pretend it's a decorative carved stone ring or something like that, or a wreath or something like that. Perhaps some carved laurel branches or whatever it was. Right, and this other corner is just the same as that other one, and behind here, just extend everything up. Stack it up for 2 blocks. All right, and okay, we've got a little bit of copper there. Finish those off. And then a bit more here for that. I think actually this is, if memory serves, these are the eagle statues. They've got their own tutorial video. I mean, as do all the statues here, but like I said, we're going to look at everything in profile so we can kind of cram it all into one video. Even though it would be more beneficial to me to refer you to, you know, another half dozen videos for you to click on, we're just going to put it in this one. So I'll save you some time and effort on that. And of course, you're just rotating that 90 degrees and building another one back here, back there, and over there. Of course, all the corners are the same. And here, Now that we have gotten to 2 blocks up, you can see that this roof is actually this roof is actually a repeating pattern. See, so down here we've got the diorite and then the tough square, diorite, another tough square. 2 blocks in thickness all the way around the building at the top here. See? All right, now that's going to be a repeating pattern actually for the rest of the roof. So if you want to, you can go ahead and start pre-building a bit of that. I don't think you're going to make a mistake if you do that. But we'll just go ahead and take a look at it. As you can see here, we've got, the tuff in the corner and the diorite extending in. It's just, it's just stepping up, the same design, the same height as you go. And you can go ahead and build that up for, oh goodness, I don't remember how many steps. I want to make a guess. I think if you go ahead and build it up go ahead and build up 3 more steps. And you ought to be safe doing that. And there may be a few more on top of that. So we finished with this, the corner over here. So now actually we're only looking here at now the eagle statues. So I'll place a little, I guess I'll just throw down torches on top of those. And we'll take a look at that from the top down. And then more from the side here, so you can kind of check your work as we go. Like so. And then you want to build 3 more of those eagles over there, there, and there. All right, next phase. We've already talked about the roof, so I'm just going to go on with the eagle until that gets finished. And the eagle statues are symmetrical, by the way, so once you do 1/2 of this, you're just turning around and doing the same blocks right there. All right, let's go on to the next phase here. The body of the eagle is finished, actually. Now we're just putting on the wingtips right there. Next phase after that, a bit more wingtip. The 4 blocks there and here. Next phase after that, another 4 blocks for the wingtips. Like so. Next phase after that, 2 blocks for the wingtips. Right there. Next phase after that, we've got back to 3 blocks. Right there. And I believe 1 block of diorite here for the very tip top of the wingtips. It's like so, and then your eagles are done. And they should look something like this. And it doesn't particularly matter if they're wrong on the back here. Nobody's going to come up here and inspect your work. Although they might. You never know. I mean, we've all got that one friend that will find that will find a fly in the ointment for us, right? Let's see. Let's go on to the next phase, where I think I said you can go ahead and build 3 of these. So that looks right. The top of the structure should look something like this here. You can see we're kind of closing in on that. Let's go on to let's skip that one, this one, and that one. Build another step of the pyramid. Should look something like this here. And okay. Well, we're actually corbelling again the inside of the roof in here. Just like we did down there for the burial chamber. We're doing that again up here. You can see, just go in 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and if we skip over this phase here, there, and this one, we can see that this is going to be the final step of the pyramid. So in total, you should have, down here, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In total, of these steps on the top of your building, you can see very regular pattern, just the same step. They just get a little bit smaller every time you build another one. And this is a technique you can use on other things, by the way. It doesn't just have to be strictly on this mausoleum here. And other Greco-Roman things or smaller things, actually. You can use this technique to put a roof on something. You know, if you want something just a little bit more exotic and, well, maybe it's not exotic, but it is something a little different than your standard tiled roof that we've been doing on a lot of things down here. You can do one of these, which we have done. I think this is actually on the it's actually on the previous mausoleum too. But we just, of course, have a bigger one here. And so at the top of this, we're now for sure in the home stretch. So what we're going to be building is little decorative finials out of copper, and the lowest most portions of what is going to be the Pegasus statue. With the so it's sort of actually it's like an equestrian Pegasus statue, which I suppose that'd be a good thing to have its own video on, probably. But we're just going to roll it into this one. I think we're only. I haven't been talking for that long. We can finish this today. Yeah. So we want to do 6 blocks of copper on either side. Let me slow down. Let's not do another miscounting error. Yeah, so it's going to be 6 blocks of copper right on top of the tuff. Just like so. Right there. A little parapet. And then back here, we're going to use the beacon hole down here to orientate ourselves. That means let me drop down. So you can see, you just finish the interior like this here. Just like so. Just slab it off to flat when you get to the 5x5 section. And then so we can have die right on top of that here, big square. And then here for the horse hooves, you want to come out for 1, 2, 3 blocks there, and 1, 2, 3 blocks back there to place that here, and then that there. All right. Next phase here, extend up all of the copper for 1 block. And here is the next portion of the horse. Of course. Like so. And, oh, I missed a bit. There's a bit of the horse is actually is precariously perched on the back of the thing here. So this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you follow the center line back there, you want to place this back here. Just attach it to the copper. All right, next phase we want to finish off the copper here with 1, 2, 3, 4. So on like so. Go ahead and install this here. This is for the raised hoof. Right here. Right there, here, and here. There. Extra block of copper there. That's for the horse armor. And then let's take a look at the interior of the horse here. Right there. And here. All right, next phase. Let's start here at the front. Now we finished with this little copper decorative finial parapet type thing at the top. And now we're doing only the Pegasus equestrian statue. It'll be quite a long video title. No way I'm fitting that on the thumbnail. So we'll just have it in this video here. All right, next phase after that. You see, you're just building up the 4 horse legs here. Oh, and right here we have a bit of tail. So if you just want to place the block here and there, you can place down that. Alrighty. We're going to now have to start taking a look at this from both sides. Like so. Next phase, diamond blocks. And quartz and everything, just like so. All right, we're going to spend a little extra time looking at this one because we're not connecting everything together with it there. At least we have the beacon beam to orientate ourselves. Oh, by the way, I had to, if you remember from the start, I had to poke a hole in the entire statue to get the beacon beam through. So it's going to, and down here, under here, we do have some half slabs there. And back here. All right, next phase. More diamonds. And now we have our Pegasus wings being formed over here as well, attached to our horse, of course. A lot of upside down stairs and everything in this one. And we're not doing the simple statues anymore. We got to do the complicated one at the top. All right, next phase. Some upside down stairs and stuff here. First, we got our horse tail at the back. Right there. All right, let's go on to the next phase. For this one, let's take a look at this from the kind of a lower view first, so we can kind of take a look at what we've done so far and make sure we're all on the same page and everything. Very complicated statue here. All right, now let's zoom in and take a look at it from this level. All right, next phase. All right, next phase after that. Not a whole lot for me to say. So we're just going to kind of look at it. getting to the point where I can't do a whole lot of talking anyway, so. It's going to be a lot of careful block placing, really. All right, next phase. I don't think, can't quite see the end yet, but we're getting there. All right, next phase. I go ahead and place a block there to assist with placing the lowermost portion of our horse face here. Got a lot of upside down stairs here for our horse mane, by the way. All right, next phase. Now this statue is holding up a sword, by the way, so it's going to be a little asymmetrical from this point onwards. So do bear that in mind. Actually, it started being asymmetrical earlier. I just didn't notice. The wings are symmetrical, though. I think. They may not be. They are so far. All right, next phase here. Upside down stair here to get the horse eye in. Oh, oh, hello. Just like this here. And of course, our horse is wearing a bit of armor and everything too, so extra blocks for that. Bit of the wings here. And now I think we're building at the head and upper arm of our statue. All right, next phase. Bit of detailing out here for the wingtips. Yeah, that's right. We're not done with wingtips. We got those eagles, but now we've got to do the horse ones. And I do believe they are symmetrical, by the way. Just looking at it. All right, some simple detailing here for the. See, there's the face. That's a bit of the helmet. You got the side down stairs here. And the arm down here. I think this is the lowest most portion of the sword. Holding up. I believe it's a diamond sword. You know, Minecraft. Of course it's got to be a diamond sword. What else would it be? Alright, one diamond block there to finish off the headdress for the horse. Detailing back here for the wingtips. Both are the same. And some detailing here for our statue again. Mostly it's just, you know, a couple of stairs and blocks. Alright, let's see. Wingtips. Couple of blocks of quartz. Just like so. And then the last little bit of the, you know, the characteristic Roman headdress we've got going on right there. Or Greek. And then just one block of red nether brick there. Next phase, I think that ought to have just one block of quartz here to finish off the wingtips of our Pegasus statue. And then a couple of blocks here for the sword pommel. I guess that's just more of the hilt. Down there was the, I believe that was the pommel. Not up as, not very up on my sword vocabulary. It's been a while. And now for the sword blade. Of course, you just put one block of diamond, like so. And to the end here, I didn't really feel like copying and pasting the entire mausoleum and slicing it up just to place the last 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And once you have done that and placed your 6 blocks of diamonds all the way on the top for the sword and everything, for the Grand Imperial Pegasus statue, equestrian statue and everything, your Emperor's Mausoleum will be complete. So I hope you have enjoyed the Emperor's Mausoleum series. I think we do have just one more mausoleum we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing one of the Petra mausoleums at some point in the future. It's of the same design, but you know, it's a little bit more smaller, reasonable scale, designed to be clipped into a mountain and everything. But anyway, that'll be for a future video, but I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.